All Net No Rim, we back in another video. I go by the name of Stealth the Producer. We got Doughboy Bush. We are here to talk about the Chicago Bulls as we continue our NBA preview of each NBA team. You know what I'm saying? If this is your first time to the channel, please hit that sub button, like, comment, let us know what you think about the Bulls heading into this new NBA season, 2025-2026 NBA season. And we're going to get straight to it, man. So the Chicago Bulls, they finished 39-43 last season. They were a play-in team. I forgot who they lost to. Was it Atlanta? They lost to. I think they lost. I think they lost to Atlanta. I could be wrong though. I forgot. And so we could look that up real quick. I don't know if you want to look that up and see who they lost to.
Yeah, I'm trying to see who they lost to.
Yeah, while you're looking that up, so they finished 9th. They were kind of like right there, teeter-tottering around 7th, 8th, 9th, like all season. Chicago was a team to where I felt like, especially last year, I'm like in the East, I'm like, I kind of like the roster, but then it's something like that's missing. There's something that's missing in Chicago. I really like Coby White. He kind of had like a resurgence because I felt like they were kind of going in a different direction when they attained Lonzo Ball services.
Lonzo Ball, okay,
you know, but Lonzo he couldn't stay healthy, so Coby White
could not.
You know, had to step in last year, and he had some big games. He was out here killing teams. Dude is a really good player, sub-down player. You mentioned Josh Giddey, who they got last year. You know, who by way of OKC they traded Caruso for Giddey the previous year. Caruso helped OKC win a championship.
Definitely.
And Josh
Crazy
Giddey,
as that.
Josh Giddey had a good season though.
He did have a good season.
So I'll let you kind of speak on his stats, but he had a good season. And again, just real quick before I kick it to you, I don't see any superstar on this team. I see a couple decent, good players, good NBA players. Okay. If I had to pick one guy who I feel like they're really they want to build with, I would say it's Matas Buzelis.
Buzelis, okay,
young guy, you know what I'm saying, 6'10", really plays like a wing. He can run the floor, shoot the ball. 20 years old. So look for him to kind of be highlighted, the focal point of the offense. But Chicago Bulls, man, just with all that said, what are your thoughts on the Chicago Bulls this coming season?
Yeah, so to answer your question, yeah, they were a play-in team last year. They did play the Miami Heat, who they eventually ended up losing to.
Okay, so it was a
play-in game. Yeah, it was so they lost to the Heat in the play-in game. And then, like you said, looking at this roster right now and the current breakdown of it and the genetic makeup of this, I really don't see a lot of names that just pop out to you. You know, to where you're like, okay, like, you know, they got at least a good player that they know they can go ahead and go through when they have these long, you know, stretches of games where they need somebody to close out, you know, games and things of that nature. Go get them a bucket when it's needed.
Right.
I really don't see it. Maybe, like you just said, maybe this might be the year that White steps up and takes over
Coby White,
these roles and becomes the leader of this team. From what I'm seeing, I know that you still have the veteran in Vucevic, you know, still being there. I don't know if they're going to potentially keep him there on this roster, depending on
he's a good center.
They do.
He 18-5 and 10 rebounds. That's
yes.
I mean, for your five, you know I mean, you know, I would consider him a B tier center, but I mean a high B tier center, like
18 10 and
3. That's what I'm saying.
And 53% from the field. I'm not mad at that at all.
I'm not poo-pooing at that.
That's a good solid. Yeah, no, not at all.
A little older, 34 years old, but
yes, a little bit older, right? So it just all depends on what actually happens throughout the season, especially early on. If they decide to keep him, or if they move up off him because they're possibly going into a younger rebuilding phase, he might be one of the names that might be out there dangling for a trade bait later on. But yeah, like I said, man, as far as I see, like with the whole Coby White situation, I see it. He was averaging 20 points, three rebounds, and 4 assists a game. I wish he would get his field goal percentage up a little bit more. It's at 45.3 last year. So hopefully he can elevate those numbers, maybe bring it up to about 25 a game. You know, and maybe 5 assists, and maybe shoot between 55 and 54% from the field. You know, but I feel like he can build on what he started last year and then go ahead and try to elevate himself. Now, the rest of these guys on this team, I'm not going to lie to you, outside of Josh Giddey and and Buzelis and Vucevic. I don't know a lot of these guys' names, bro.
It's not a lot
of these
there.
names, like there's not a lot there.
It's not a lot here, man.
No, it's not. It's definitely not.
You know, go ahead.
I don't know if they're gonna be another playing team though, bro. They might shock me, but I just don't see it right now. With the makeup of the team right now.
When you look at the East, right?
Right. Yeah.
Playing team. Okay, so to be a playing team, you got to be top 10, right?
Yes.
You know, well, in the 10 and up. They might be there because if you look at the teams that were underneath them, Raptors, Nets, Philly, Hornets, and Wizards. Now, I do feel like Philly's going to move up into that 8.
They should.
But again, I feel like there might be a team or two to come down. I feel like Boston is going to come down, like I've been saying.
Oh, okay, yeah, we've been talking about that.
And then
Indiana, you said they might end up coming down too.
Indiana might end up coming down. Who knows what Milwaukee's going to look like? We just heard today. I just heard Giannis speaking today, talking about, we'll see where things go in like in 6 or 7 months. He's sounding like he's already out the door. He's he's ready to go.
Look,
so the Bucks.
The thing about it is, you can't pussyfoot that. If you want to go ahead and just go, just tell it. Hey, I need to go ahead and go. So, but the Bucks, we don't know, and I said that on the previous podcast.
So with the Bulls, honestly, I kind of see them right where they were. Maybe give or take a game. They won 39. I could see 39. I say at the least, I say their ceiling is probably 40 games. At the lowest, I would say probably. Damn,
just hey, let it go. Just let it go.
Yeah,
man. Just got his opinion, man. What you think is gonna be? I
say the least games. I say around 30, somewhere between like 30 and 36 games. I see them winning 36, 37 games, somewhere in there. No more than 40, no less than 30.
Yeah,
that's kind of where I see them. I don't really think they're.
I'm between 30 and 40. 30 and 30, well, 30 and 39. You know what I'm saying? Just hovering around the same where they're at right now. You know, I just don't.
I'm looking at this team. Okay, all right, but let me back up a little bit. There are some other players that I do like on this team that I feel like are good NBA players, but I don't know if they make that big of a difference. Kevin Huerter, when he gets hot, he can hit that 3.
Yes,
but when he's cold, definitely. He is cold.
He's cold.
Yes. I've always been a fan of Zach Collins, big man. He's kind of been around a little bit. He was drafted by the Kings, never played for the Kings. He went up to Portland, then he went down to San Antonio. I don't know if he played for another team, but now he's with the Chicago Bulls. I do like Zach Collins. Ayu Dosunmu.
Dosunmu. Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
I like him. He averaged 12, 4.5 assists, 3 rebounds.
It's not bad.
Giddey, we talked about Giddey, who had a really good season. Coby White. I do feel like this team is going to be led by the guards and Coby White and Josh Giddey. And the Vucevic, he's been averaging 18 and 10 pretty much his whole career. So you know what you're going to get from him. But beyond that, I don't see too much going with this Bulls team, man.
It's too shaky. And that's why I said, if they don't make a move, I'm giving them between 30 games and 40.
Outside of that, right? Outside of the team right now, have you really ever sat and thought that this Bulls team has really not been good since Jordan?
They have not.
What's up with this franchise? They haven't drafted a superstar since.
No,
they haven't.
They had Derrick Rose at one point. They had their little runs, but they got hurt. You know what I mean? So they had Derrick Rose years. You know what I'm saying? So when they had him and Dang and them, but they haven't been right since those players have, left.
And that was what,
you know what I mean?
2010. 2010, 2011, 2012, like 10
mid 2000s.
Yeah, so they're looking to find something. And I feel like, here's the thing too. When you're like in that purgatory of like you're not all the way at the bottom, but you're like you can't really. I feel like that's where Sacramento Kings have been for so long. Like you don't suck, like to where you're at the bottom, but you can't get to the top. So it's like you never get a high draft pick, you don't get free agents, And I feel like that's kind of like where like the Chicago Bulls are. They're right where like in that middle you don't want to be there.
Right.
I feel like that's the worst spot to be in. You either want to be really bad or you want to be good.
Yes, or you want to be really good.
Yeah.
Right. I'm just trying to figure out, man, with the Chicago Bulls, it's like it's Chicago. You know, of course they got the cold weather, but you know, from what I've seen and then from what I've been told, it's a pretty city to go ahead and be in. Why is it hard for them to attract free agents to go ahead and go there? What is stopping free agents to go ahead and go?
I don't know.
Because I mean, you had the Jimmy Butlers, you had cats that were already came through that system at one point that you guys probably could have built a team around, but didn't nobody stick around.
Nobody stuck around
to try to for it to go ahead and happen.
Yeah.
So it's like, what's going on within that organization to where these cats are saying, "Hey, I don't want."
That's kind of what I was asking. Like, what's going on with the Chicago Bulls organization to where they can't like get anybody? They can't land a guy.
They cannot. No.
You know what I mean? It's not like. I hate to use Sacramento, but a lot of we kind of know like people don't want to come to Sacramento for whatever reason.
Sacramento,
like you said, Chicago's a bigger city. That Midwest market is
yes,
it's a large market. There's a lot of people who support you. Chicago Bulls always had good fans.
Yes,
but they can't land anybody, and I think that's going to hurt them this coming season. Again, mid-tier team. Maybe playing. When I do look at the Eastern Conference, I do see them. They could be a playing team. They could be top 10.
That's the only thing is that, man, when you talked about how watered down the East is, and no disrespect to all these other franchises that are in the East has been a bottom tier conference for I don't know how many decades now. You know what I mean? So it kind of leaves these teams, like you said, that either you're at the top in your top tier, or you're at the bottom and you're just trash. Here, anything can go ahead and go in the East. It's like, you could be a really bad team and still be in the playing team. You take the Chicago team, the same exact team, you take them, you put them in the West. This team is probably barely winning 20 games.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Just based on, because like you said, you play your Western Conference four times a year.
Yeah.
You play so all them teams in the West, they all beat up on each other because they're so good and so elite. So it's like, you look at this, it's like Chicago wouldn't be able to survive if they were on in the Western Conference, versus the Eastern Conference where it's like, okay, well, we don't have to have any big name players here to where we still will be able to have a chance of getting into a playing game or a playoff seeding.
Yeah.
And it's crazy to think that because, like you said, they haven't been good in so long, man.
So, I mean, to wrap it up, I see them kind of like just where they finished that last season, 39, 43, probably less than 39 games. I don't see them getting 39 this year. I feel like the Heat are going to be a little better. Again, I anticipate Philly being better. And that, man. So I don't really see too much for the Bulls, man. Sorry, Chicago Bulls fans. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I don't.
Hey,
I
when's
don't
the last time you ran into a Chicago Bull fan? When's the last time? I ain't met a Bulls fan.
Me at one point when they work.
But that's what I'm saying. When's the last time you ran into a Bulls fan? It's been a while for me.
I mean, you know what? Shout out to my little brother Princeton. My little brother Prince, he represents Chicago. Even though they're not good, he still too young to know about the Jordan era, but knew about the Jordan era and became a Bulls fan because of all the Bulls posters and things that he saw coming up. Yeah, so pretty much he became a Bulls fan. I haven't heard him get off of that path at all. You know what I'm saying? So I would say him. But if you're not from Chicago, you don't really hear too many people talking about that.
Not no more.
Let's be real.
Not no more.
Nah, not at all.
So that is our breakdown and our projection for the Chicago Bulls for the 2025-2026 NBA season. Don't really see too much for this team. Not a lot on this roster. Young roster, good players, but I don't think they're good enough to get them over the hump just yet. If they can land a free agent or something like that, maybe. But top tier free agents don't grow on trees, and I don't see them anybody wanting to go to Chicago right now. So
not at all.
Yeah, so man, like, comment, subscribe. If you have your podcast app on your iPhone or anywhere you get your podcast, please search All Net No Rim. We are on there, and you can check this pod out on there. Any clips that we make are going to be uploaded over there, so please check us out. Like the pod, you know what I'm saying? Comment on it. Let us know, man. It all goes a long way, so we would definitely appreciate that. And we are going to get back at y'all with the next video. Chicago Bulls 2025-2026. It's looking kind of bad for y'all, man.